Bro, I'm on Everest. Blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up here, man. If anyone sees this, please send help. The camp's gone. I don't even know. I just got back from camp two.
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you're welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you have heard about this news. Almost 8,000 people got stuck on Mountain Everest. 8,000. Like, be for real. This wasn't a survival trip or rescue mission. This was a paid adventure. People are literally spending thousands of dollars just to get stuck up on a freezing mountain that can kill you. Now, help me understand, why do people keep putting themselves in this kind of situation? I've never understood the idea of hiking up a mountain that is literally has something called the death zone. Like, that name alone should be enough to tell you to stay at home. Let's get into it.
White people went on Mount Everest and walked up that mountain voluntarily with no money added to the vision or the vision of going up there. White people, can I ask y'all, why do you like trouble? You guys like camping with the bears, rucking up the mountains, etc, etc. If you ask me, no shade, no tea, I really do feel like it's because you guys haven't like suffered in life. There was no suffering that you guys really had to do. So you like to just do all these things to feel like I'm going through something. I climbed out Mount Everest. I parked in the woods. A bear almost ate me up. Honestly, if a white person sees this, can you guys tell me, oh no, Chi, we actually just like to do all these crazy things because etc, etc. But if you ask me, I really do feel like without like suffering makes life hard but interesting. And white people don't suffer that much. So life to them is not that interesting. So they like to do crazy stuff. Honestly, RIP to them. RIP to them. Leave them up there. Let them frost over and let it just be done with. Don't go up there looking for them and killing extra people. I'm so sorry, I know. Maybe somebody's family member is up there, but you guys do too much. Mount Everest? Oh, please. I feel like if I go to the rooftop, I'm really being adventurous. Gosh, calm down.
Hello. I'm in camp 4. I've just come back. My stomach push. This morning, but it's 5 p.m. and we came back at 4 a.m. So tired. I decided to go back again tonight.
A thousand people got stuck on Mount Everest because there was a blizzard. And my first question is, did no one check to see what it was going to be looking like? Like, did no one know that there was going to be a blizzard? Because I'm pretty sure, like, that's something that the weather can predict. Like, you can see that a blizzard is coming. But, like, overall, why are we still climbing Mount Everest? Like, you don't need to be climbing Mount Everest. I feel like if you literally cannot breathe naturally as you ascend on your climb, then you don't need to be doing that sort of thing. And like, I get it. Climbing Mount Everest might be like a bucket list type of situation. And I can understand that. But like, I don't think we have the technology and all the equipment figured out for like a safe trip up Mount Everest. And then like, what happens once you get stuck up there and there's a blizzard? Like, I'm assuming you just freeze. And like that's how you get found, because there's people up there who have probably been frozen there for decades. Like I don't know, like I just don't understand. I just feel like the air is really thin once you get up in the altitude, and it's like you can't naturally breathe that air and be okay. So it's like, why are you guys still making trips up Mount Everest? I feel like that's just one thing we don't need to be doing, because 1,000 people being stuck on Mount Everest because of a blizzard, it's like, what do you do in that scenario? Who goes to get them and who figures it all out? Because even just to ascend normally, you have to like go up a little bit and then like have an oxygen tank and then breathe and then settle on this level and then climb a little more and then settle there. It's like a lot. It's a whole journey. And so like, who knows how you even get out of that situation if there's a blizzard and now 1,000 people are stuck on top of Mount Everest. It's like, this is beyond. This is beyond. I feel like people just need to just let Mount Everest go. It's clearly not a safe thing to be doing. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest because of a blizzard. That's actually insane to me.
Nearly 1,000 people have been trapped on Mount Everest after a massive snowstorm. A huge search operation was launched earlier today to reach the campsites located almost 16,000 feet above ground. Hundreds of local villagers and rescue teams have been deployed to help shovel snow and clear the roads. Treacherous conditions have collapsed some climbers' tents, while others have caught hypothermia from the freezing temperatures.
Mount Everest is cold as shit. You can die from freezing your ass off on Mount Everest. It's also very exhausting to try to climb it. So you're exhausted, and on top of that, you can freeze your ass off. And when you get to certain heights on Mount Everest, you struggle to breathe. You're struggling for oxygen. But yet you have people that will pay somebody to take them up there. And the amount of people that die on this place, there are bodies that are still on Mount Everest that were never retrieved because they're too expensive to bring back down. Like, I get it. Some of y'all are adrenaline junkies, and coming close to death makes y'all feel like y'all are alive. But I just don't think this is worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all.
Not enough people are talking about this, but almost 1,000 people were stuck on Mount Everest. A complete optional adventure, by the way. These folks paid hundreds of dollars just to get stuck up on a mountain. Why do people keep putting themselves in these situations? I never understood going to a mountain that has a death zone. Anyone who chooses to go to Mount Everest needs to be evaluated. Because why are you choosing to go somewhere where you know you can slowly die? I want to have empathy. I want to have sympathy for these people who are stuck on this mountain. But at the same time, the world is so big, you could have gone anywhere. This kind of reminds me of those folks who died in that submarine. And it's just like, why are you guys choosing to do this stuff with your money? If you need help spending it, I can show you how to spend it. And here's a fun fact, you guys can fact check this. There are roughly 200 dead bodies still up on Mount Everest. Yeah, it's so dangerous that people just could not recover these people's bodies.
The hikers who were stuck on Mount Everest because of the weekend snowstorm have been safely rescued, which is a great thing. Love that for them. Fortunately, nobody lost their lives. The only thing they probably have now is trauma, but you know, that can be fixed with a therapist. I think a bigger discussion needs to be had about how humans, especially of a certain demographic, but humans in general, have this desire to conquer nature, to humble nature, to exert dominance over nature. And she's not having that. Nature should be respected, revered, admired, appreciated, sometimes from a distance, and sometimes up close. But most of the time from a distance. And climbing Mount Everest is one of those things where I'm like, you know, you don't have to do that. You are choosing to do that of your own free will and volition. For what reason? I looked up how much it costs to climb that mountain. Anywhere from $33,000 to $129,000. So obviously these climbers have disposable income. They have money. You do not need to waste your money climbing a mountain that has a high risk, high potential of taking your life. You can give it to me. Give the money to me. Give the money to others, but give it to me. I will do well with that money. Give it to me. And I won't have a high risk of taking your life. I won't take it at all. You've just given me money. Like, you spent that much money to climb a mountain, to reach the peak of a mountain, the summit of a mountain that does not want to be climbed, essentially. Mount Everest does not want to be climbed by you humans. She doesn't. I think she's tired of y'all. Quite frankly, once you reach a certain point, you can't even breathe. You have no oxygen because of how high the altitude is. You're not meant to go that high on Mount Everest. You're not meant to conquer her. Maybe from the bottom you can do a little, fun thing. Don't go to the top. Leave her alone. She said, I need y'all to stay at a distance. And the crazy thing is that the natives around that area know. They're fully aware. It's not the natives who are doing the damn climbing. It's the outsiders. The ones who have a desire to say that they've done it. They've climbed Mount Everest. She don't want to be fucking climbed. She wants to just be admired and respected from a distance. But anyway, fortunately for them people, no lives were lost. Good. But again, just learn to respect nature and leave it alone. And quite frankly, I did expect some people to, I was surprised that, no lives were lost, because it seems like nature has been receiving like a yearly human sacrifice, and usually the human sacrifice is done by the ocean. She be taking lives. Mount Everest, I guess she just gave y'all a warning. She said, I'm not going to take anybody. But yeah, usually the human sacrifice goes to the ocean. Mount Everest gave y'all a warning. Stop. Just like we're not meant to climb a certain altitude because we won't breathe, we're not supposed to go to certain depths of the ocean because the pressure would unalive us. We're not built for that shit. We're humans. We're dainty little creatures. We're humans. We have short lives. We're humans. We're meant to enjoy our short lives on this floating rock in the Milky Way galaxy. Why do some of y'all have like this desire to do BS? Let nature be, because she be letting y'all be. We need to find balance, feng shui, harmony, peace. In Egyptian mythology, they would call it ma'at, I think. Balance, Let that be. That's what we need. We need harmony. Leave nature the fuck alone. Leave her alone.
Here are 10 reasons for why people don't feel bad for Mount Everest climbers who need saving. Class is in session. 1. Sherpas risk their lives for someone else's bucket list. While climbers love chasing their glory, it's the Sherpas who have to risk their lives to go back up in the danger zone to save them. They're risking everything for someone else's ego trip and Instagram post. Keep in mind, Sherpas make on the low level $4,000 and on the high level $10K. And don't forget the fact that Sherpas have to pay for their own equipment. So for the ones who like to say, oh, well, Sherpas, they're making enough money within their community, but how much money is being taken out and how much are they keeping in their pocket? Yeah. 2, they're literally stepping over dead bodies as they reach the top. More than 200 bodies are still frozen on the trail to the point that those bodies are called landmarks. Landmarks? Imagine walking over a corpse for a selfie. 3, Everest is a garbage dump in the sky. The amount of trash that's left on the mountain is insane. Discarded oxygen tanks, torn tents, hell, ramen wrappers. They're all up there. Everest has turned into a landfill for climbers. And that's not the worst of it. Number 4, there's human poop up there. Everywhere. Each season, there's over 26,000 pounds of human waste left on Mount Everest. It's frozen into the ice and melting into the water. Imagine how that's impacting the community. 5, it's become a playground for the rich. Climbing used to mean skill, but now you just need a $100,000 check. The mountain is full of people with money, but no mountain sense. 6, people underestimate the mountain. Y'all be playing with Mount Everest way too much. Money doesn't buy oxygen tolerance or frostbite immunity. Unfortunately, when things go bad, folks see it less as a tragedy and more as arrogance catching up. 7, it's overcrowded and chaotic. Y'all remember that viral traffic jam photo I showed you? Dozens of climbers stuck in the death zone waiting for their turn to summit while their oxygen is running out doesn't seem like a good time. Baby, that's not adventure, that's madness. 8. Climbers ignore the warning signs. Not all, let me put that disclaimer. If there's a blizzard coming, or if there are other climbers turning back, oops, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna make it. This could be my time. I'm not trying to spend another 100,000 again. No matter what, I'm gonna make it to the summit. But then you don't. You don't. Summit fever is so real. That's what gets people in trouble, but they don't care at all. 9. I feel like the culture disrespect is wild. To the Sherpa people, Everest is sacred. But to these climbers, they see Everest as an adventure park. And last but not least, number 10, it's a self-inflicted risk. No one has to climb Everest. You don't have to. I'm just saying. You are knowingly stepping to one of Earth's deadliest environments, all for a personal goal. So when disaster strikes, people see it as a consequence of a choice, not an accident. So the next time someone questions why you have no sympathy, send them this video. Because in my opinion, the only people who deserve sympathy are the Sherpas, the family of the Sherpas, and the family members of the climbers. That's it, that's all. These climbers are spending up to $100,000 to play with their life. How exactly are you expecting us to feel?
Here's what actually happened. A blizzard hit parts of the Everest region on the Tibetan side. Heavy snow blocked trails, tore tents, and shut down roads. Hundreds, nearly 1,000, ended up stuck in camps and valleys around Everest. Rescue teams worked to evacuate everyone, and from reports, most people were brought to safety. Important note, these people weren't sitting on the summit in the death zone. They were in the Everest region, at high altitude, yes, but well below the part of the mountain where the air itself kills you. Still dangerous, absolutely, but not the cinematic body on the ice Everest summit chaos that tabloids love to show. We keep pushing fragile places to their limits. Mass tourism brings income, but also trash, strain on rescue services, and more danger. We need rules that protect both tourists and locals. That means better weather checks, stricter limits on group sizes, clearer cancellation rules, and enforcing safety standards for tour operators. If profit is the only rule, people get hurt. Look, I get wanting to see Earth's big places. I love that too. But there's a difference between brave and reckless. Brave means preparing, listening, and accepting limits. Reckless is booking a risky trip for content and shopping for followers while ignoring the real danger. So next time you see someone flexing a mountain photo, remember, a pretty picture shouldn't cost lives. If you want to call someone out, call out the agencies that sell danger as a product. Call out the systems that reward risk with attention. Don't only shame the person who got stuck. You like this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Would you go to the Everest region knowing the risks? Tell me why or why not. I'll read the best replies.